Movement of ocean water. Two things that affect the movement of ocean water are temperature and salinity. Okay, let's look at temperature first. The temperature, okay, the ocean water gets heated up by sun's energy. Okay, sunlight, the sun's heat energy, it heats up the water in the ocean. Okay, second, the temperature of oceans decreases from the equator to the poles. So can you see the earth? Can you see the picture of the earth? And can you see the line, black line in between? That's the equator. Yeah. And can you see those arrows? Both the arrows, it's going away from the equator. So what does that mean? So as you move away from the equator, the temperature of oceans decreases. The water becomes cooler as you move away from the equator. Yeah. The third point is temperature also decreases with depth. So as you go deep into the ocean water, it gets cooler. Okay, temperature decreases. Temperature decreasing means it gets cooler as you go deep. Okay. The next thing is salinity. Salinity means it's all about salt. Okay. It's okay. You can see salt written there. Yeah. So what is the average salinity of ocean water? It's 35 grams of salt in 1000 grams of water. Okay. So what is salinity of ocean water? Salinity of ocean water means it's the amount of salt in 1000 grams of water, and the average salinity is 35 grams of salt in 1000 grams of water. And what is this? What is making causing the salinity of ocean water? It's large amounts of dissolved minerals like sodium chloride, potassium, etc. Okay. Salinity in oceans is highly variable. Different oceans, different salinity. Okay. Salinity is also high in places where the evaporation is high. Okay. So salinity of ocean water is high where the evaporation is high. Can you see the picture of a man floating on water? He's reading a newspaper. Yeah, how come he's floating on sea water? That's because he is in the Dead Sea. Okay, he's floating on the Dead Sea. Why is he floating? Because the Dead Sea water is highly saline. Okay, the high salinity. Okay, high salinity means a lot of dissolved minerals in that water. Okay, so that's the Dead Sea. We saw that temperature and salinity are responsible for the constant movement of ocean water. Now we're going to learn all about waves. Can you see the waves in the video? Yeah. Can you see the water on the surface of the ocean? It is rising and falling alternately, right? It's rising, falling alternately, yeah? What is causing it? It is caused by wind that is blowing over the seas. So the waves, the movement of water, rising and falling on the surface of the ocean is caused by wind that is blowing over the seas. What determines the size of a wave? How far, how fast, and how long the wind blows over the surface of water, that is what determines the size of a wave. So strong winds over long distances cause long waves. Okay, and long waves have many ripples. Okay, Let's look at this. Can you look at this picture of the wave? So the highest point of a wave is called the crest. Okay, it's the highest point is the crest. And look at the lowest point of a wave. It is called a trough. Okay, so what is the wave height? What is the height of a wave? It is the distance between the crest and the trough. So the distance between the highest point and the lowest point is the height of the wave. Okay. The wave's frequency. It is determined by the number of ripples a wave causes in 1 second. Okay? Number of ripples every second is the frequency of the wave. Yeah? Okay. Then, what can stormy winds do to ocean water? Okay, stormy winds can cause high and destructive waves. And these high and destructive waves can cause loss of life and property. Tsunami is an example of a high and destructive waves, yeah? What can slow-moving winds cause? Slow-moving winds lead to medium-sized waves, yeah? Look at this video. Don't they look scary? Yeah. These are high and destructive waves. These caused by stormy winds. And such waves can cause a lot of destruction.